What was I thinking? I thought you were human with a heart that beats. What was I thinking to say hi to strangers while walking down the street? Yeah, so that's just like a quick little section of a song, and then I'll record more sections later. But what inspired that was just like here in the city occasionally I'll meet people who are just really cold, and I'll just like try to say hi to them because, you know, I'm always going to be Amy from Grand Valley, Amy from a really small village where everyone knows my name, or did when I lived there. It's been over 10 years since I've left, 15 years since I left Grand Valley. So, you know, maybe there are a lot of new people there now that might not know my name, but there are definitely still a lot of people there that know my name and remember who I am. You know, I'm bold. People tend to get to know me when they're around me. And I just find sometimes it's heartbreaking when I say hello to like a stranger, because, you know, I was raised to just say hi and smile at people, at least smile at people and acknowledge them when they're 5 feet away from me or 3 feet away from me. I think that's just common sense. To at least do it a lot. I don't think anyone should have to do it all the time or anything, but I think it's common courtesy, and it makes the world a better place to be kind. It's just heartbreaking to me when I smile and say hello to someone and I can tell that they acknowledge that I'm there, but they just look down or look away and have a cold reaction with no heart. I feel heartbroken when that does happen. Unfortunately, that doesn't usually happen, but when it does, it's terrible. But I do notice, I notice a lot of friendly people here in Vancouver, especially in Yaletown. In my experience, I've met the friendliest people in Yaletown, and that's probably just because I've spent most of my time here in Yaletown so far. But I noticed, especially in the building I used to live in, I used to meet people in the elevator all the time, and they were like especially nice to me. Sometimes I wonder though if it was because they saw that I was going to the sub penthouse. I remember whenever I'd press that button, everyone would be like, "Whoa, you're going up there," and I'd be like, "Yes." I felt like a total Zen master. It was really fun. But yeah, someday I want to own penthouses, and I don't know how to fully illustrate why. Sometimes, because there are many reasons why, but I know that that's my calling. That's where I feel I resonate. Like I like being on top of buildings. I've always had this thing where I like being up where things are high, where there's a good view, and where I can feel like I'm on top of stuff. And I just feel like when I'm in that type of position, like today I felt so high because I climbed up on that stone lion in front of the Vancouver Art Gallery. It's such a simple thing to do, but I've been wanting to do it for a long time and I just haven't done it. And I just felt so ready to do it. I just knew it would be a special experience, and I'm glad that I did a vlog up there. Just being up there reminded me that like I can buy real estate that makes me feel like that too. There is a way, and there is a way for me to, you know, become famous for my ability to collect real estate. Like I feel like as I speak words like that, I just feel so in alignment with my soul and with who I am as a unique individual. And oh, so cute. I just saw the cutest little dogs argue with each other. So I can't wait to show the world more of what I can do. I feel like my work always comes down to being myself, trusting my instincts, keeping my heart open, always remembering that there are new things to learn, new types of experiments to conduct. I do see all creative action as conducting experiments. And you know, oh, that's so cute. I see like this dog with a glowing LED collar. I think he's a raver dog. So cute. Just love it. I love LED lights. They just bring me home to Shambhala, Burning Man, etc. I just feel like the whole world should be more like Shambhala and Burning Man. And I feel like that's kind of my mission, is like to help make the whole world feel more warm and cozy and friendly and inviting for all, and, you know, inclusive and human, you know? I feel like here in the city, if I wasn't such a strong person, sometimes I'd just feel heartbroken. Like when I first used to visit Vancouver when I was 19 and 20, I hated Vancouver. I just thought it was the coldest, most snobby city ever. And it is sometimes to me still, if I look at it at a certain perspective. But every time I start to feel myself feel that, I remind myself, no, that's not the whole picture. Like, there are a lot of very soulful and kind people here. And as I've spent more time here, I've come to realize that, you know, there are good people everywhere, and there's potential here, big time, to make it better. And there's, I'm looking at thousands of tulips right now, and it's just gorgeous. I have to come here during the day and see these colors. I can see part of the color in this light, but not the whole thing. So it would be nice to photograph this during the day. So yeah, so I also want to talk a little bit about why I love being a multidisciplinary artist. And I guess some of you might be, you know, young people thinking about becoming an artist, or you might be considering like taking on some creative projects. I think it's important to be aware that you don't have to stick to just one art. There have been people in my life that have tried to convince me that that's how it has to be, and those are people that have some fear that they need to release. Or if they really don't want to release it, they need to stop projecting it onto others, because fear is just fear. It's nothing. Fear has no vitality, and fear is what is created by the coward, and the coward is really not who any of us really want to be. You know, I think when we really choose to be brave, that's when we become strong and we start to live in alignment with who we really are. And I think that's really something that needs to be focused on. We need to build a culture internationally that focuses on that. And the heart has to become a major focus. And I think when we live in our heart, we live peacefully, we're kind to ourselves, kind to others. And yeah, it's just a major part of my core message in all of the work that I do, is just love yourself completely. Even if you've been surrounded by people that don't encourage that, forget it. You know, just come to the core of reality. Come to reality. Wake yourself up and realize that, like, you own yourself. Nobody can take that away from you unless you give them your power. And you never have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, you never have to give your power away. So many people will make excuses as to why they give their power away. But ultimately, everything is a choice. Either you boss up or you get bossed around, right? So all these vlogs are a part of how I'm bossing up. And that doesn't mean that I need to do it in the way that other people do it. I'm bossing up my way. You know, because like, I want to be myself. I want to be Amy forever. You know? So I just feel so grateful right now that I went to that Murakami exhibit. Takashi Murakami is a great artist. I love the fact that he's developed a team for himself, and his workspace, at least sometimes from what I saw in the video, is almost similar to what a film set is like. And that was very insightful, considering the fact that I've been working on some film sets over the past couple of months. So it's just a really insightful sort of theme to think about and consider. Sometimes I do think for some of my projects, I'd like to develop teams of people to work with and to collaborate with. And then I think I'll always need lots of solo projects as well, because with solo projects there does come a certain level of freedom. And yeah, I don't know if I'd ever be willing to give that up. Let's look at these new listings on condos here. Does it say what floor they're on? There's one for 6 million, one for 2 million, one for almost 4 million, and one for 12 million. Or no, sorry, 1,200,000. Oh wow, it's a sub penthouse. Interesting. I thought the sub penthouses in this building would be more expensive, but it is kind of a shorter building. It's a gorgeous building right on the water. So that's it's actually honestly less expensive than I thought it would be. Amy Leong is the realtor, and what's the real estate company? I can't see it all. Oh, just reading. I think I might come back here during the day and just investigate a little bit more. I love looking at real estate, and I love meeting realtors, because I know from doing a lot of extensive research, a lot of artists and realtors help each other with business in a lot of different ways, actually. Like sometimes when a home is staged to be sold, some artwork will be exhibited, like in the open house or in some of the videos that are taken in accordance with it being on the market. And I love that. I love that kind of energy. Like I love people who appreciate fine details. Like I do love a lot of aspects of the luxury market, but I also always feel like we need to build a world where there's not so much segregation and separation. And that's kind of why, when I had the opportunity to inherit a house that was quite luxurious, in my opinion, it was a mansion in Ontario, I said no, because I wanted to step away from all my comfort zones, and I wanted to just be a backpacker and be a nomad and have nothing for many years. And that's been deeply enriching. I mean, I have settled down seasonally in lots of really beautiful homes and lived in them, but I haven't owned them by choice. For a long time I wasn't interested in private ownership. But now that I'm almost 40, and I know I'm still basically 20, but I'm almost 40 in the matrix, in the world of linear time, and I think linear time is a joke, but it's still real on one level. Now that I'm turning, 40 this fall, I sort of feel like, I could really enjoy collecting real estate in my 40s. I could really enjoy that, and it might be extra fun because I still have like a lot of energy and still feel like I'm 20, and that aspect of it can be really fun too. I just feel like I really want to blow people's minds on a financial level. Like I want to prove to people that I can do things that most people would not believe that I can do. This is gorgeous, this area here. I've been up in one of these condos. I've been in a lot of these beautiful Yaletown condos. Some of them are friends of friends, or actually some of them I've sadly lost touch with because I often lose phone numbers because I didn't have a cell phone for many years. I just got one recently, a couple of years ago. But yeah, look at this bamboo, it's gorgeous. Oh, I love bamboo, so pretty, so energizing. I just love the energy of it. Yeah, I've been up in that condo building there. I've been in one of the beautiful condos in there. I think there's a famous NHL guy that lives there or something. Some famous athlete lives in that building, I think in the penthouse. My brother knows famous athletes. Actually, I've hung out with famous athletes at Big White Ski Resort. Snowboarders, of course. And then there was a Japanese celebrity, just like socialite, living at Big White when I was there too, and she was epic. She was like a huge fan of my art. Kind of lost touch with her, but I kind of didn't, because I'm still friends with like some of her friends. So I think when I go there I can probably find her pretty easily, but I don't know 100% because I'm just assuming that they're still in touch. But the two girls that I'm thinking of had a lot in common, so I'm quite certain. So one of my friends from Big White and I will never lose touch, because we just, I think our spirits are very similar, and we just really care about each other so much. And it's a nice feeling. Actually, I have a few Japanese friends that I feel like family to me. I guess I'm thinking about them automatically because I've just been to a Japanese artist's exhibit here in Vancouver. I'm just feeling the vibe, feeling how much I miss my Japanese friends from Big White and from Vancouver. I have a number of Japanese friends that I've met at Big White, and a number that I've met in Vancouver as well. I stayed in a waterfront home in North Van once, as close to the waterfront as you can get. Basically right on the water, but not exactly right on the water. And it was my friend's parents' house, and my friend was taking care of it while they were away or something. Or no, they weren't away. I think they just live in another part of town, and they hired him to like manage the house for a few seasons. And it was gorgeous, all white, everything, luxurious mansion. And it was so fun. They filled it with Japanese people and one Korean, and everyone else was from Japan. And everyone was studying English here in school. And so they loved practicing with me when I came to visit. Like, I stayed there for a couple weeks and had shared a room with this huge room with a wonderful girl. And we just were like instant family. Had the best time. And I sold quite an expensive painting while I was staying there to a friend of mine that lives in the city, and that was a nice feeling too. Oh, so cute. Hi, cutie. Oh, just meeting a dog. I love animals, and I can usually kind of just sense when people won't really mind if I pet their dogs or cats or whatever. But sometimes I ask, and sometimes I can just tell. Sometimes it's just obvious. That dog was adorable. He was like really small, like almost like the size of a cat. And I love him. So tempted to get a dog, but I've promised myself that I won't get a dog or a cat until I own real estate. And I also promised myself, and this is set in stone, and I'm 100% confident in this, many years ago when I was about 19 or 20, I promised myself I won't buy real estate until I can buy it with cash easily, with a small portion of my total net worth. So in other words, I won't buy a $20 million house until I have about 100 mil. You know what I mean? Or more, much more ideally. I won't buy a 50 mil mansion until I have, or estate, until I have like 500 mil in the bank. You know what I mean? So these numbers have always kind of been in my mind. I can see myself purchasing even more expensive estates than that. That's just, the beginning. And I will never be greedy. I will never be selfish. I mean, I think sometimes you have to be slightly selfish enough to take care of your self-care. And for you, what is important. You know yourself best, and you know what you need in order to be healthy, and you have to just trust yourself, But I know for a fact that I love entertaining, and I miss that. I miss having a big house for that reason so much. And I know I've mentioned that in some of my other vlogs, but it's actually healing for me to just talk about what matters to me, because Aw, I love that color. So cute. They're so cute. Oh, I just love dogs. Just petting another dog. So, I love my behavior. Like, those people didn't seem like too excited about me just talking to them like that. And that's the feeling I get in Vancouver a lot, is like people, they almost feel like shocked when I talk to them. Like as if we're supposed to like pretend that we have no connection. And I just don't get that. And I hope I don't sound like I'm being disrespectful or like complaining at all, because I'm not. I just, I know what it's like to live in various small communities that are very harmonious socially, where people really show that they care about each other. And it's just really interesting because here in the city, like, there's a lot of big money, but I'm still questioning, are the hearts as big as what I'm used to? I just don't know, you know? And there's no point in having big money if you don't have a big heart, in my opinion. But if you do have a big heart and you have ambition and you're interested in making big money, then by all means, I think you should pursue making it, because I think if you have a really big heart and you really love the earth and humanity and all of the animals, mammals, then I think the world needs you to make big money, especially if your name is Amy Frith, especially if it's 2018. Especially if you have your art collection that you've been working on for 10 years in the city, finally, after you were working on it with no car in the rainforest. This is a big deal. It's a big deal. It's so healing for me to just talk about it, because sometimes I have to pinch myself. I just sometimes can't believe all of the opportunities that I've been building for myself. I feel like I've been climbing, metaphorically, a pyramid for 39 years. And I feel like the 40th step is like the pinnacle, like the top of the pyramid. And I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited about what I'm building. Oh, this condo I've also been in. I visited some people here once. I don't know if they still live there, but right on the ocean here. I love oceanfront homes so deeply, for many reasons. I find that when I'm on the ocean, I feel a feeling. I feel it right now because literally the ocean's right here, right beside that white fence there. And I just feel like when I'm this close to the water, I feel like I'm really medicinally impacted by the vibe. Like I can really feel the negative ions of the oceanic breeze. And it just feels so good. I feel like it doesn't even matter if I'm in the city or in the country. It's all the same. The ocean is just magic. And being here and telling myself that, it really does remind me that this is still the earth. Like sometimes I get so overwhelmed by the city energy. It's just so beneficial to come down here and just feel nature again. Like the ocean is so ancient, you know, and so natural. And it just feels nice. When I look at the city too, I'm constantly redesigning everything. I'm constantly looking at buildings and looking at how they inspire me, but at the same time looking at how I would design them and build them to be different. And just like, I don't know, I think there should be more flowers everywhere, even though there are lots of flowers, and that's great, and I appreciate that. There should be more, and there should be more gardens. Like right here, for example, this whole area, there should be like planters here and flowers. And like little shrubs. Oh, there are two here. Two. See if you look in here. There's a couple of planters right there. But yeah, I have a thing for flowers. I think I'm going to start painting flowers. So my vlog is a little bit too long. And I'm going to shorten it now, or I mean clip it, stop it, because it's too long. If it's too long, it's hard to upload. And I'm going to try to film another one that's shorter, just for practice sake, because I need to try. My goal is to start doing 5 and 10-minute vlogs more often than not, and then when I really need to do a long one and my intuition just screams long vlog, then I'll do a longer one. But I think generally, in terms of the technology I have right now and where I'm living, it might be better to do longer live streams than long vlogs, because I think with live streaming it's easier to upload, you know, it just uploads automatically right away. So whew. Yeah, I love something about this area downtown on the water is pretty special. There are some really good vibes here. So I think I'm gonna walk up the steps and walk over the bridge. And I might even walk all the way home to UBC area from downtown, which is something I like to challenge myself with sometimes. And if I get tired halfway, I'll take a bus or something, or a cab. But for now, I'm gonna aim at walking up the mountain to get my exercise. And yeah, probably film another vlog too. Bye guys.